Tesla invested 5 years and billions of dollars into developing its 4680 battery. Yet many of the ambitious promises unveiled at Battery Day 2020 remain unfulfilled. Meanwhile, Doughnut Lab, a little-known Finnish startup, is making extraordinary claims of a full recharge in just 5 minutes, a cycle life of 100,000 charges, and vehicle deliveries by the end of this March. If those claims prove true, is it still sensible to buy any electric vehicle currently on the market? We're not here to take sides. Instead, we'll examine the available data, put every claim under the microscope, and see how well each one stands up to scrutiny before reaching the most balanced conclusion we can. Let's get started. Do you remember the very first time you heard someone say, "Solid-state batteries are almost ready"? If you've been following the EV space long enough, you'll recognize that line as the single most repeated and most consistently broken promise in the entire history of electric vehicle technology. Toyota said 2020, missed, revised to 2023, missed again, then 2025, and now they're pointing to 2030 for mass production. Samsung SDI, CATL, BYD, all targeting 2027 or later. Not one industry giant has been willing to stand up and say they have a solid-state battery that is production-ready right now. So, why would a Finnish startup that virtually no one has heard of dare to say what Toyota, Samsung, and KTL won't? That's the question I kept turning over in my head for weeks. And the deeper I went, the more I realized this story is far more layered than I first assumed. Let's start with Tesla, because that's the name most of us know, and the one most of us have some baseline level of trust in. Chapter 2. Tesla 4680 Battery, the 2020 Promise Revisited. Battery Day 2020. Elon Musk walked onto the Battery Day stage and made the most audacious promise in the history of the EV industry. The 4680 cell would slash costs by 50%, extend range by 54%, and would be in mass production vehicles within a few years. The audience applauded from inside their cars. This was a COVID-era event held outdoors. The stock price surged. The entire industry seemed to hold its breath. That was 2020. This is 2026. So after 5 years, where does the Tesla 4680 actually stand? The honest answer isn't catastrophic, but it's also nowhere near what Musk promised. Real-world energy density is currently sitting at roughly 272 to 296 watt-hours per kilogram. Better than conventional cells, but still well short of the target. The 50% cost reduction goal? Not achieved. Real-world full charge time? Still 20 to 30 minutes. But here's the part most people aren't paying attention to. The dry cathode manufacturing process, the core technological innovation behind the 4680, was running a manufacturing yield loss rate as high as 70 to 80% during the testing phase. Conventional battery manufacturers typically run at around 2%. Chapter 3. Tesla 4680 Battery, the hidden 80% yield problem. That single figure is the primary reason Tesla is still sourcing the majority of its batteries from Panasonic, KTL, and LG, rather than manufacturing them entirely in-house. Does that mean Tesla is failing? No, that's not my read. And I don't want that to be yours either. Tesla isn't failing. They're advancing, just more slowly than the promises suggested. Musk recently said that internal 4680 production is getting progressively better. As of January this year, Tesla resumed installing self-manufactured cells into the Model Y. And the lithium refinery in Texas, the first facility of its kind anywhere in North America, has just come online. But the question I want to put on the table is this. Is getting better moving fast enough to mount a credible response to what Doughnut Lab just put out there? So, who exactly is Doughnut Lab, and why had virtually none of us ever come across that name before January 2026? They're a startup out of Finland, a small northern European country where winters regularly drop to 30 degrees C. They share the same founding team as Verge Motorcycles, a premium electric motorcycle brand with real products already on the market. Not a concept vehicle, not a 3D render, real bikes delivered to real customers. Chapter 4. Doughnut Lab's Battery. Unknown Startup Shock. In January 2026 at CES, the world's largest consumer technology expo held in Las Vegas. Doughnut Lab stepped forward and made a claim that no one else in the industry had been willing to make. They have, they said, the world's first solid-state battery ready for mass production. 400 Wh per kilogram energy density, full charge in 5 minutes, a cycle life of 100,000 charges, operational across a range of 30 degrees C to over 100 degrees. A heavy accusation, but there's one detail worth keeping in mind. Z-Volt is also developing its own solid-state battery targeting that same 400 hours per kilogram figure. I'm not presenting that as proof of anything, but I do think it's a piece of context you should hold on to when weighing the credibility of their criticism. Doughnut Lab CEO Marco Liimattainen didn't retreat into defensive posturing. He pushed back, arguing that when years of research by major corporations failed to produce a winning technology, sometimes dismissing a competitor is simply the easiest way to rationalize one's own failure to deliver. But is he actually telling the truth? Chapter 5. Doughnut Lab's Battery. Independent tests begin. Rather than going quiet in the face of the backlash, Doughnut Lab did something that no startup in this space had ever done before. They launched a dedicated website, idonotbelieve.com, and began publishing every independent verification result week by week for the entire world to see, with nothing hidden. The body conducting the verification is VTT, the Technical Research Center of Finland, a state-affiliated institution and one of Europe's most reputable independent research organizations. Not Doughnut Lab's internal lab, not a business partner, a completely independent third party. 3 weeks, 3 tests. Here's exactly what happened. Test 1, charge rate. This is precisely where Tesla has concentrated much of its effort. The company's biggest achievement has never been in inventing entirely new battery chemistry. Instead, it has focused relentlessly on scaling manufacturing. Building a battery in a laboratory is difficult. Building billions of battery cells every year is an entirely different challenge. If Doughnut Lab's claims are accurate, the company now faces exactly the same obstacle. Independent verification of performance represents only the beginning. The real test will come when production lines begin operating continuously, supplying thousands and eventually millions of battery packs without sacrificing quality or affordability. There is also the possibility that the future will not produce a single winner. Different battery chemistries may dominate different industries. Conventional lithium-ion batteries could remain the most economical solution for affordable passenger vehicles.